We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. This is your Week 7 2024 prediction and preview video. Hit subscribe if you're new. Also hit the like button. Let's start off with the home team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are coming off a very good win over their division rival, the New Orleans Saints, 51-27. Yeah, you heard that right. 51-27. Baker Mayfield in the day was 24-36, 325 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns to 3 interceptions. In this game against the Baltimore Ravens, he has to take care of the football, but they have to get the run game going. This is going to be tough because when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their rushing offense has been very good. This is the first time this offense has looked complete since Ryan Jensen was at the center position. You have guys like Sean Tucker, Bucky Irving, and Rashard White all at the running back position, and they're all having some success in the run department. Problem is this: the Baltimore Ravens have the best rushing defense in the NFL by far, by a huge margin. And if Baker Mayfield cannot work without the run game, he's not going to be the type of quarterback to go out there and sling the football around like how he did last week. But the counter argument to that is this: the Baltimore Ravens passing defense is ranked 31st in the NFL. That's just one spot against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is also the scary part if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. This Buccaneers team has Mike Evans. They have Chris Godwin. They have Cade Iden. They have a lot of good weapons at Baker Mayfield's disposal, and they can use running backs out of the backfield as well. Take this for example. Chris Godwin, 11 catches, 125 receiving yards last week, 2 receiving touchdowns. Mike Evans only had 34 receiving yards, and they scored 51 points. Sean Tucker, 56 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. Sean Tucker again in the rushing department, 136 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Bucky Irving, 81 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Now, I don't expect for the Baltimore Ravens to give up much in the rushing department, but if they can go out there and just find a semblance of a run game to help out Baker Mayfield, this will be a shootout because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, they're solid against the run. They're not the best against the pass either. But when I look at Baker Mayfield, those 3 interceptions, they don't bother me personally because Baker Mayfield has been one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL this season by far. When you look at Baker Mayfield numbers, he's first in passing touchdowns with 15, and he has 5 interceptions on the season. And 3 of those interceptions came last week. He's done a very good job of taking care of the football this season, and he has been a consistent quarterback as well. We go back to what happened a couple weeks ago. They defeated the Detroit Lions in very good fashion. This could be the same in this game as well. But Baker Mayfield has to take care of the football, try to get the run game going, work off of play action, feed Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and you also have Jalen as well as a third wide receiver. When I look at the defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's pretty simple what you have to do in this game. You have to pick your poison at times. See, the Baltimore Ravens, they're a complete team. Besides their passing defense, offensively, they have Lamar Jackson. They have Derrick Henry. You have to find a way to contain the run game. I don't think that they have to go out there and completely stop the run game because Todd Monken is a madman. They will work off of play actions just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but Lamar Jackson has the ability to make some crazy plays outside the pocket. This is where you need your athletic defensive linemen to be on their P's and Q's in this game. Vita Vea is a very good defensive tackle. I like Yaya Diaby as well at the linebacker position. He has to be a key figure in this game. Put a spy up for Lamar Jackson. Look at what the Kansas City Chiefs did in week 1. They had a player by the name of Leo Chenal go out there and be the QB spy. He did not just go out there and completely shut Lamar Jackson down, but it did slow their offense down a little bit. That's what you want to do in this game. Slow them down. Stop the run game with Derrick Henry. And I look at the defensive front with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a type of front that can give Derrick Henry a lot of problems. You have Kalijah Kancey, big body. Vita Vea, big body. Logan Hall as well. He's a big body. You look at Joe Tryon Shoyinka. He is also a guy. He's 6'5", 260 pounds, and he's a quick, athletic defensive lineman. They have to get a push up front, and they have to get their hands on Derrick Henry before he gets an open field. Because when Derrick Henry hits that acceleration meter, no one's going to catch him in the open field. And you have guys like Levante David, who is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And KJ Britt, he's solid as well, playing at the inside linebacking position. So it comes down to the defensive front. You have to go out there and stop the run game of the Baltimore Ravens and keep Lamar Jackson in check. Far as the secondary, they have to give them different looks. Now, they played a lot of games this season up to this point without Antoine Winfield, but as soon as he came back, the defense did look better. Antoine Winfield has to be a game changer in this game because you have wide receiving targets like Zay Flowers and two very good tight ends to go against in Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. And you're going against one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has elite speed, has a great arm, and is very accurate with the deep ball. Do not let wide receivers get behind you, and pay attention to Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. This is a very hard offense to go against, but this is why Todd Bowles got the head coaching job to begin with, because he's a very good defensive mind. This is going to be a fun matchup. Now let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. This is a team that's red hot. They started the season off very wonky. They had a loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. Then they had a loss against the Las Vegas Raiders. Then they came out, beat the brakes off the Dallas Cowboys. They let their foot off the gas pedal, but I still think they went out there and they controlled that entire game, if you ask me personally. And they went out there last week and got a very good win over the Washington Commanders, who are red hot right now. They won that game 30-23, and Lamar Jackson on the day looked like an MVP, 20 of 26, 323 passing yards, one passing touchdown, one interception. Derrick Henry, 132 rushing yards, two rushing touchdowns. The key to victory for the Baltimore Ravens in this game, you can say go out there and try to take advantage of the Buccaneers secondary. And that is true. But it's for Todd Monken to be patient with the run game. If the run game is not working early on, that's okay. Stick with it. You have Lamar Jackson. You have Derrick Henry. Eventually, you're going to break off a big run if you stick with it. Look at what happened against the Kansas City Chiefs. They went away from the run game, and they were still close in the game. It came down to Isaiah Likely's toe being out of bounds. But you want to control the clock. Chew the clock in this game. You're going against a very explosive offense with Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, and all those weapons. You don't want to give them too much time. Try to win off of time possession, beat them up, and wear them down. Like I mentioned before, this is a very big defensive front, but you can wear them down. We've seen the Baltimore Ravens do this in the past against teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, wear them down. You also have a quarterback in Lamar Jackson who can beat you from inside the pocket and outside the pocket. He has the ability to make these defensive ends tired, and then you can run a lot of zone plays with Derrick Henry as well. I know the Baltimore Ravens want to run it up the gut, but you're going against Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey. I don't believe that's going to be the case in this game. You're going to have to beat him on the outside. And unfortunately for the Baltimore Ravens, Keaton Mitchell right now, he's still dealing with injury. But you have Justice Hill. He has juice as well. He can come in. He's averaging 5 yards a carry off of 20 carries on the season. Get him involved as well. But it starts with the run game. You also have those two tight ends that I mentioned as well, with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews had a receiving touchdown last week, 66 receiving yards. Rashard Bateman, 71 receiving yards last week. And Zay Flowers, the number one man, 9 catches, 132 receiving yards. They had to be instrumental in this game. I know the offensive line with the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to go out there, they're going to do their thing, but you got to keep Lamar Jackson comfortable inside the pocket and let him move around as well. If you're Todd Monken, you're one of the biggest keys to the victory in this matchup for the Baltimore Ravens. When I look at the defense for the Baltimore Ravens, they're not even close to the same team that they were last season. They're not even close to being the same unit. I understand that Mike McDonald is no longer here. He's now the head coach with the Seattle Seahawks. Zachary Orr has to do a better job with the secondary. This secondary is giving up too many big plays, and they're playing too much man coverage right now. Kyle Hamilton is one of the best chess pieces in the NFL. Look at him to go out there and get some turnovers in this game. He has 0 interceptions this season up to this point, and he's been very quiet this season. He can play inside the slot. He can play outside corner. He can play linebacker, and he's a free high safety. He's an in-box safety as well. Just pay attention to him, because he may be rotating over if Baker Mayfield sees a guy in single coverage, and the next thing you know, it goes for an interception. But I'm looking at Marlon Humphrey. He has to come out and be a key figure in this game. They're going to match him up on a guy like Mike Evans, on a guy like Chris Godwin. He has 2 interceptions on the season, 6 pass deflections. I'm also looking at Brandon as well. Can he come out and can he give you enough? 4 pass deflections on the season, but it's going to come down as a complete defensive unit. I'm also looking at Michael Pierce to go out there and have a strong impact against the run. They have Roquan Smith and Trent Simpson, in my opinion, 2 very good linebackers. Roquan Smith is one of the best interior linebackers in the NFL. He can go out there, can stop the run on his own. That's what you have to do. You're going against a coach and Coach Lim, the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. He loves to run the football with different running backs. So just pay attention to that. But do not get worn down as the game goes on. That's the one thing I can't say about Zachary Orr. He's done a very good job against the run. I'm just worried about both of these defenses against the pass as well. And I'm looking at a guy like Calvin Noy. 6 sacks on the season, 1 forced fumble. They have to get after Baker Mayfield. You have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket and make him lose his accuracy with some hits. And I'm not saying hit Baker Mayfield late, but you have to get in his face, make him uncomfortable inside the pocket, and force him to move around as well to go into that contained coverage that the Baltimore Ravens set up last week for Jaden Daniels. With that being said, I can see this game being a complete shootout. Just like how things were when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went against the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night. But I believe right now, the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to be stubborn with that run game. Something's going to have to give. Both of these teams defensively are struggling against the pass, and both of these teams have very good weapons on the perimeter. I'm talking about the Buccaneers and the Ravens. And the Ravens are very good against the run. Best rushing defense in the NFL. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're right there with them, man. They have a top rushing defense as well. I think Baker Mayfield is red hot right now. He's had stretches to where he'll get hot, where he'll get cold, and to where the offense looks inconsistent at times. But throughout this entire season, he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. But you look at the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, I just can't bet against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this game, but I have them winning this game in very close fashion. Have the Baltimore Ravens winning this game 33-30. Game-winning field goal by Justin Tucker. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you have winning this game? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Baltimore Ravens? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.